Good afternoon, this is Steve with Born Again Torinos, and this is the second video, and I did a couple things to the Torino today, and so this will be a very short video, but I wanted to share this with you. I had mentioned in the other video that I think they're nylon bushings that go on the stud for the doors was missing, and so I changed them. I had a set and just changed these out. Now they have the original bushing, and the previous owner had stuck some kind of foam insulation that sticks on one side all along here, trying to make the door not rattle instead of just replacing that. So it was a real joke. So it was all stuck all on here, and he had it all stuck on here trying to do it, but now the door closes like a dream. Just closes perfectly, and there's no sag. Works beautifully. So I did both sides, and I discovered something. I went and had a second set of keys made, tested out the door locks, of course with the windows down in case it didn't work. He's changed out the locks, so the doors don't lock. I can lock them, but I can't unlock them with a key because he changed them out. In fact, he didn't disclose that either. Okay, and so I worked on the trunk, and I found out he had the trunk lock out too, because he drilled it out here and bent that out, so I'm going to have to put a set screw in to keep this in, but he's replaced the lock. That's probably why it has a different key. So now the door key is missing, gone forever. So he probably lost the door key, which is also the trunk key. So the simplest thing for him to do to do the trunk was to get a new lock. So he didn't bother to do the doors, which is not a fun job, but so now the doors don't lock. So here's the trunk. It had the original mat, which was all ripped up, and then the tar paper on top. So it does have surface rust, but thankfully the floors are nice and solid, so they'll be sanded and POR 15'd and painted. And I didn't see any holes in the quarter panel under the trim, which is awesome. But that's the floors. Now, if there was drain holes in this, this wouldn't have happened anyway. But that's them. Trying to think if there's anything else I did in the short amount of time. I don't think so, but oh, I did. I found out that these the hubcaps on these guys. Now, the company told me that this wheel, surprisingly, is really expensive. New, they were $800 a piece, and they are, I guess, billet aluminum. They're cut out of a block of aluminum, and these caps they snap on, and when I pried it off, it is like 10 times thicker than a normal hubcap. It feels like it was also cast, cut, milled off of a hunk of aluminum. So it's just rock solid, but it does come off, and it's tough to get on. I'd use a rubber mallet gently, and it's not going to bend. The thing is so thick, but that's how it works. So glad they got that figured out. And that's about it. And so just kind of assessing, looking at it. I got a lot of response from that last video, because I was asking people, do you want me to do videos on this? Is it boring? Is it interesting? So I guess I'll make them short and just kind of show you how things move along. So that's that. Thanks for tuning in. I hope that was kind of interesting. Now I'm going to start taking out the tail lights and taking all the trim off, the rocker, all that stuff. That all comes off now, and I'll get prepared to jam it. Jam in the doors and in the trunk and under the hood. And then we'll tackle the bodywork. So until then, thank you for tuning in, and good night.